you can take the floor. I saw you lost it there.
Yeah, so I don't know. My network is just misbehaving this evening. So we'll just start right away because of time. Okay, Sister T, that's noted. So just to encourage us, this is the second to the last week, and a lot has been learned. And I can tell you what we are learning tonight. Not many people out there knows it. Even me, I don't know it. So I'm still going to watch this video. If network threw me out and I missed any part of it. So SQL is something that is very important when it comes to data analysis, and that skill is not common. That's the truth. So let's pay much attention. Let's learn it. Let's master it, and let's maximize the presence of our facilitator while he's with us. Taking us live by asking necessary questions and so on. So we'll continue with the class right away, and hopefully next week we'll be having the grand finale, and then probably you can prepare some of your questions ahead of next week classes, next week class rather, so that we can ask, and after which we would call it a time as in an encounter, let me put it that way, or a learning session as such. So thank you so much for joining consistently over the past weeks. And thank you so much, Brother Emmanuel, for a consistent impact as well. So you can take on, sir. You can take on. In case the network threw me out, I'm recording to the cloud.
Do you mind I just... Okay, all right, that's fine. I was thinking if I could also record on my system. So, but
yeah, I'll make you, let me make you a host, I guess.
So that we can both be on the safer side. So I was asking earlier that if okay, so I'm now recording. So I was asking earlier if student had opportunity to view the recording, and I could understand that some people had busy schedule. So that's why I thought that we just do a little bit of review of a little bit of formulas, key formulas in Excel today before we go into SQL. And once again, I hope you are with your system. As Sister Fellow know where you're not where you can talk, but this is hands-on. SQL is hands-on, and I sent but will be sent some link for you so you can download your SQL server, and you can also download also your SQL management. So I hope you did that, and I hope you got the link, a YouTube link that is explaining how to do that. If not, this class might have to go back. You might have to watch the recording actually. So SQL is, like what we said, is the basis of analysis, because most companies will not. They don't save their yes, you say you got the link, that's fine. So most companies don't save their data in Excel because they have large data. So they have a database where they save their data. So that's why it's necessary that we learn SQL. But before then, like I said, like I promised, I want us to do a bit of review, because I kind of note that many people might be busy to sit down and watch recording. So we did a little bit of review of a little bit of Excel. Excel, like it's anybody will lie to you that he can teach you the core of Excel in 1 hour or in 2 hours exactly. So it's not possible, but you can learn. That's why I said for data now, you can learn the core things that 90% of the time people who analyze data, that's what they use actually. 90% of the time, others are just technique. Others are functions you can always check and understand online. So again, let's just check. I like going to, so we are official, we know where we are. So again, data analysis, week 3, SQL. So, but like I said, I wanted to share something with you, a little bit of Excel. Let me share my whole screen. So let me share my whole screen so that I don't have to. So let's do this. Let's just check a little bit of Excel. So for me, it's not about, like, if you know me very well, it's about impact itself. And I can assure you some of the things we are taking. I've spoken to 2 people who took these courses, these data analysis courses from this big organization, and the least 2 of them paid was 200K. Someone was paying 300, 150, and the rest. And I asked them what they did, and it's still the same weekends, like 2 or 3 weekends, Saturday weekends, and I asked them what was the course outline, and I told the person honestly that you can't, with this amount of money you paid, you can't learn this thing within this time and the rest. And these people will not focus on the core things you need to learn because it's a big institution, so they just pack formulas for you and they don't give you the aspect of solving problem, like a real life problem. They don't do this thing. So I'm just saying, don't take this for granted. Probably at the price you got it, is what people are paying more than two for. And when these people pay these things, and after they finish, they don't even have bearing. I've met many of them. They don't even have bearing on what exactly they can use some of the things they've learned to do. They didn't even have bearing. So without further ado, let's just do a little bit of review of Excel. And we go to SQL immediately. Please, if you have downloaded your SQL server, and I don't want to, we are way behind time. So, but I still feel like it would be injustice for me to just run through the last class in Excel without, again, just doing a little bit of a review of the key things you need in Excel. So let's go on. This is still the same data we have. If you still have your system in front of you, the same sales data we have. So we are just going to look at key formulas, the if statement, the sum ifs. I so much did a lot in sum if the last class. So, but it's still something you need to know. And the XLOOKUP. So I can tell you, meet someone who work in analysis, they will tell you these are the core things I use every day. So let's move on. It's still the same data. And yeah, so we'll touch on the if formula. The if formula. So what is the if formula? If so for you to just bring out the if formula is equals to if, like you write formula in Excel, if, and it brings out the syntax. So I've written the syntax here so we don't waste much of our time. It's equals to if logical test. So if the logical test is true, value, if the value is true, what do you want me to give? If the value is false, what do you want me to give? So this is what I did. So look at this table we have here. We have a product, we have the profit. So we want to grade this profit now. So we are saying if profit is less than 1 is a loss. If profit is greater than 1 is a gain. So how do we write this if statement? I've done it here because I don't want to waste our time because we are not for Excel today. So, but let me just write the syntax again. It's equals to if statement, if logical test, if this cell, which is the profit, is greater than 1, use your greater sign, greater than 1. If it's greater than 1, I want you to if it's 2, if it's greater than 1, I want you to loss. If it's not true, gain. Sorry, if it's less than 1, gain. Please note what if I'm writing a text. If you're writing a text in Excel, you put it in colon. I believe you know that. So then you close that. So it's saying that, okay, minus 24 is less than 1, so that's a loss. So you know how to highlight down, go to the end of your cell, you right click. So this is how we got this here. So it's saying that if this cell, if it is greater, if it's less than 1, it gives us gain. If it is greater than 1, it gives us gain. So let's move on. We are moving fast because this is not what we want to do today, but it's one key thing you need to learn. The if statement is very important, actually, if you can do that also. So the nested if, where this is syntax, if logical test, if the value is true, give me something. So then you put another if inside again, another if inside again. So it's like this. It's equals to if our profit, okay, is equals to if this profit is less than 1. If it's less than 1, I want you to give me a loss. I want you to bring out a loss, type a loss out if it's less than 1. And I'll put another if statement again. If the same cell, another logical component, if the same cell is equals to or less than 500, I want you to give me bring out a break even. That means that we broke even if it's less than and equals to 500. So we broke even at that point. So if the value is not true, what can you just leave? Just let's. If his value is not true, just bring out gain. That means we gained actually. So that's the. So note we open to bracket, we close it to. Okay. All right, that's a loss. So study this. I'm going to send this file to you. So I don't want us to waste time. Study the syntax. So this is nested if. This is so instead of using nested if, instead of putting two if inside the statement, we decided to just, Excel just said, okay, it's not necessary. That's when you now use the ifs, IFS. So that one just tells you that, okay, what's the logical, this is the logical test. What are you looking at? Okay, we are saying that if this one is less than 1, give me a loss. And if profit is greater than, is equals to or less than 500, give me a break even. So if is actually very, instead of doing a nested if, you can just do ifs. Ifs logical test, if this is greater than, is less than 1, if the value is 2, what do you want to bring out? If it's less than 1, say if this is less than 1, say term is a loss. So look at what the if does. The ifs does another logical test. Okay, if it's still equals to or greater than 500 or less than 500, I want you to if it's true, I want you to write a break even. Note how I'm writing my words in. I'm putting it in brackets. Break even. So you can continue use logical tests as much as logical tests you want to put into this formula. You can as much put those logical tests. So an example in a reward is that you have a document and you need to for this. Okay, if this probably a department. If this person is in HR department and is also a junior staff and is also we just recruited him in 2019, add up his salary. So that's if as much as logical test you can put in ifs, it's also is as much as you can put there. So that's I'm just key. If you have to go from beginner Excel to intermediate, this is intermediate. Some of the key formulas you must know if as an intermediate Excel, in your intermediate knowledge. So another thing another formula you want to learn is the ifs and formula. This is syntax. I don't want to waste so much of our time. This is syntax. If and that what that does is that the and is like, let's write the formula is equals to if you now put another and instead of you writing the logical test, you put and. So it helps you. What it does is that it helps you put logic. It's saying that look at what we put here. Let me just go through so I don't write. It's saying that it's equals to if and if this D1, if this is not D1. Okay, if D1 is equals to loss, if this is equals to loss, and this is equals to no, let us remove this product. It's saying that, okay, if this product, if you lost in this product and it's not popular, I want us to remove it. Look at this one here, table. We lost in this, and we lost in this for this product, and it's not popular, so we are going to remove it. That's the and. So look at the logical test. You say if you open it is equals to if and if this is loss and this is equals to no, remove it. If it's not that, continue it. Look at that's that. Let's move on. Ifs and or. Know this one. Just know the difference between and or no. I need something you must have touched. There's difference between and. And means that the two must be true for me to get this answer. If this two is not true, you're not going to give the answer. For or is more like one must be true. Look at this one now. If you lost this product, or is a no. Look at this one. It's like this. If the one is lost and is not popular, remove it. Look at this one. So this one is we lost here and it's popular, we still removed it. We gained here and it's popular, we continue. We gained here, but it's not popular, we remove it. So we can see the difference between and or. So I'll send this file to you so that you can study it on your own. So I don't want us to waste time here. Sum if, count if, average if, max if, sum if. I talked a lot about sum if and X lookup. So I just thought about, you need to, if you have to say you're moving from a beginner Excel to an intermediate Excel, you must know these things. These are some of the formulas you must know. So I'm going to send this file after this, and I expect that you study it after now. So that's that on that. Let me move on to what we have for today, which is SQL Server. So I felt like I need to do justice to this so that you can note what you need to get better at. If you need to watch more training on this, you should do that actually. So let's move on to what we have today, which is SQL Server. I hope you download SQL Server. If not, I think I already opened it. So these are the link I sent, the link that shows step to step on how to download your SQL Server step to step. Okay, it's loading. So I just don't want to assume that you've done it, and I want to open the link so that you can. All right. So okay, still loading. Let's allow you load. I don't want to assume that you've downloaded it, because SQL is hands-on, and some of the things I'll be doing, I would want that you follow me as I do them, so that you can master this thing. Like I said, most of the big companies don't store their data in Excel, or because those data are so much. They store their data in the cloud, and they store it in a database. So how do you get information? Probably you work for Spotify, and you need to get the amount of users that are inactive. So there's a problem in the organization. We saw that a lot of users are getting churned in the organization. In Spotify, churn means that they're not using the app, they're not using the Spotify app. So you're asked to solve the problem on why people are no more using their inactive users in this app within this period of time. So you won't find those data in Excel. You would rather go to and retrieve that data from their database and analyze the data. So my network is slow, so I'm trying to the link I sent earlier to that but will be sent. Let me see if I can share sound. Okay.
The introduction.
So I hope you follow the instruction. If I've not done that, please you would I'll just the key places I feel like you should know. If you're with your system now, Google, download SQL Server, and anyone on your system now, so that I can know if I'm speaking to someone. But when are you on your system? I think Sister Tolu is not in a place where she could
I'm
speak.
not my system, but I'm following up. I'm following.
Okay. So have you downloaded your SQL Server?
I have a SQL Server on my system before.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, yeah, that's good. So if you have one, so you can follow the video, download your SQL Server, so that we can just kickstart actually when you get the recording. So yeah, this is my SQL Server.
Hello, sorry, is it the same as Postgre?
Okay, so SQL Server is Excel. I think Postgre is not the same thing, but it can actually do the same thing. But I would Microsoft.
Okay. Maybe I'll need to download
download.
SQL Server.
So SQL Server is Microsoft. So I kind of am a Microsoft fan, so that's why. So there's my SQL. My SQL is also for Oracle. I think my SQL is for Oracle. There are other source of data server you can use, but SQL Server is Microsoft based actually.
Oh, okay. I think I'll need to download it. Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that.
Okay, so please let's do that and let's kickstart actually. And for Postgre also, it's almost like the same thing, but one thing that happens for some of these different form of servers is that they just have few differences, just very few differences actually. So, but without further ado, let's kickstart. All right. So SQL Server, like I explained, is what you use to retrieve data from the database. Database is more like a storage where you store different forms of data. So what you do in SQL, what we do with SQL is that you retrieve the data in a table form. Like, okay, you have about when I say table, sometimes people get it confused. Let's just say a table is more like a sheet in an Excel. Yeah. So I'll be using an Excel because I believe that's what you know and what you don't know. You can derive knowledge from what you know before so that you can get a better understanding of what you don't know. So SQL Server is more like SQL is more like you retrieving probably a column or you're retrieving the whole sheet from like more like an Excel, and you get to understand that very well. So you can create your database. Most likely if you're working in an organization, they already have their database, they already have where they store their data. So the only thing you just work in hand with the data engineer, which is another part of data, which is another work, which is another career field in the data ecosphere, where you just have interaction with the data engineer that tells you, okay, this is the way you can access this data. So, but because of now we don't have a database, so we'll be importing an Excel file, and that will be in the form like of our database. So the first thing you do is look at, there's this folder for database here. So you can just, I've created a SQL class. So you can just right click and a new database. So let me create a new database. So, but the thing is, it doesn't take time actually for you to install this if you have a very fast network. I want to follow so that.
But okay. So another quick one. Can I install
Okay.
this on an Apple, on a Mac?
On a Mac? On the Mac Pro? Yes, you can check. I think yes, you can actually you can actually
let me just
install in the Mac Pro.
give me like 5 minutes. Let me just put on my system.
Okay. So I'll give you that because
But you can continue. Yes, you can continue.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll do that. Why you do that? So I want someone to follow, and so that we can, so that I know it's not always easy sometimes to always go back to recordings because of your individual busy schedule. So like I said, it's simple for those who have to go back to the video. Database, after you've installed, follow the instructions in the link I sent to you. Follow the instructions, you surely get this interface here. So how do you open this interface here? You just if you're using a Windows, you just go to your start button, and if you're using your Mac, you know how to get to where you have your installed software. You go to your Microsoft SQL Server. So this is Microsoft SQL Server Management. So this is what you open actually. If you have installed, follow the instruction I gave earlier. In the link. So this is what you open. So this is what I have here. So immediately you open it, it creates a server for you. So in the database, you create your own database. Like I said, if you're working in an organization, you don't need to create your database because the company already has their database. All you have to do is just retrieve the data from the database. So you right click a new database. Okay, so what you just do is database name. I'll just name this SQL class 2. I did it for one class 2. Class 3 actually, SQL class 3, and you just use okay. That's all. All right. So look at what happened here. Look at what happened here. So we have our database here. You can see this black icon just shows it's a database where something is being stored. So inside the database, there's a table. The table is, like I said, the table is more like a sheet in an Excel actually. So it's a table. This is we would import our Excel file into this table. So I'll show you how we are going to do that actually. So let's kickstart. Let's import our file. So we are still using the sales data we used from last week. The sales data we used. So to import into this database, like I don't want to get something confused. Database is a place where you store the data. So you have to bring in the data inside the database. So people get that things a little bit of so people confuse that database and data itself. They confuse database and table. Database is the place you store the table. So I hope you understand that. So let's now store our table. Let's bring in our table into this database. So I go to my start button. I go to Microsoft SQL 2019. You'll have all this if you follow the instruction I gave to you. There's the import. SQL Server 2019, import and export. import and export. Just follow my instructions. I hope someone is following me actually. So while we so anywhere you stop, probably just tell me. I can always get back at that. So you next.
Yeah, thanks.
You next. So still loading. Still loading. Okay, so this is saying that, okay, so we come here, data source, we say, okay, we want to import an Excel. Okay, I'm with you.
Sorry,
Yeah, I'm
can
with
you
you.
start again? Sorry, can you start the process of importing again?
Okay, where?
As in, like, the process of importing, as the
Okay, all right.
the import.
Okay, so I went to my start button. I hope there's something for that. So these are the folders. Immediately you install, these are the folders you always get. A Microsoft SQL Server 2019 and Microsoft Server Tools 18. So these are the folders you get if you follow the instructions in the video.
Okay.
So you just open down this folder and you see import and export. SQL Server 2019 import and export. So you click on it. So you just next. So this asks you what kind of data source do you want to store. You come down, you click on okay, I want to install a Microsoft Excel. So you must also note that the file you have, some files are saved in CSV. There's a difference between CSV and Excel file. CSV is different from an Excel file. Sometimes most of the file you get online, they are CSV. You have to save it as Excel. So then you browse, you click on this browse, and so you can browse so this opens up the system. You can just click on the file you want to upload. So we still the same file we used from last week, sales data we used. So that's what we are using. So immediately I just click on the data and I open.
Okay.
So I just next. So I'm still loading. Okay, so the destination, look at what this is where you need to take note here. This destination here, I come down here and I click on SQL Server Native Client 11.0. So that's what I click on. So then this one asks me, what's the database? Where do I want to import this table into? Which database? Like I've created a database earlier. So I'm saying SQL class 3. That's the database I created earlier. So I'm putting this table inside this database. So then I just next. There's nothing I'm doing again. Okay, so again, before we do this, let me cancel this. There's something I need to we need to get cleared up in our data. Let's open our data. Let's open the sales data, and I'm good because I need to explain something actually. So these are sales data we worked on. Note what happened the other time. So this is a sheet, like I told you that a table is like a sheet. So because in our last class we there's a lot of eating on I. So there's a lot of eating sheet here.
Okay.
So,
Hello.
yeah, I'm you.
Sorry, just quick one. I'm on the SQL page, and it's asking me if I want to download Express version or developer version. Which one?
So all right. This is the developer version. Okay, this is it. So I think you should be here or something.
Yes.
Are you here? Okay.
Yes.
Just download the free guy. So then
Which one? The on-premise
When we
guy.
scroll down a bit,
come down,
you should
developer.
see the developer edition. This is free to download and install. So click download now button. Double click on the downloaded executable.
Please, you can pass me.
Okay, thank you. So you can always call me back and I'll answer to that. So I said we come back to our data. Like I said, a table is more like a sheet. So because we need a lot of sheets in our last class, we want to unhide all the old sheet we eat and we remove it away because we don't need it. We just need the old. We need the old. We need the old table. We don't need all this one. And also, one thing you must note in SQL is that SQL don't like spaces. So, and when you're working with so we delete these ones away from here. Delete. So delete. We might not want to delete it. You might just have to choose. We can just choose this sheet only, but I just felt like for us to save us time, let's delete these ones away. And so I purposely didn't leave out this. I didn't leave out this because I want you to see it actually. So again, SQL don't like spaces. Look at this our column name. This are column name. The column name. Look at customer name. In SQL, we don't like spaces. So what we do is that we use an underscore to replace the whole space. We use an underscore. So you must note that actually, and you see why SQL don't like spaces actually. It's not a fan of space. You learn that as we go on. So you just use an underscore. Anywhere there's a space, we use an underscore to work on it. All right, so we can see that we already replaced it with an underscore. So let's save this again. Let's save as okay.
Again.
Let's use SQL. Data SQL. All right, so all we just do, we just reworked on our data we want to upload, and so we do it again. So again, let's go and import the data again. So the same thing we did Microsoft SQL 2019. We import and export. Next thing. So what's the data source? We want to import an Excel. So we browse in. Okay, this is the new one we cleaned. We nest. So what's the destination? We chose SQL Server Client 11.0. What database do you want to put this table? We'll put it in SQL, the one we created, SQL class 3. And we nest. We nest. We just nest. And we finish. All right. So we are done. We already have, so we just close. So what we just do now, we just refresh. We right click on the database we just created and we refresh. So I told you, let's not check the table. So now we now have our sales data. Look at it. These are sales data here, the one we just uploaded into this database. So for those who will be watching the pre-recording, I hope you understand. I hope you understand the process of how we uploaded our data into this database. So I hope you understand that. So if you don't, you can always reach out to me, and Babam Billy also we are on. I'm with you if you need any of my help. So that's it. So we don't have the table.
I'm following.
Okay.
Unfortunately, SQL doesn't. Microsoft SQL doesn't install on macOS.
Okay. Okay. So another thing you can do is, since you have a program, Postgres or something like that. So I don't know how to pronunciation is kind of not good on that. So since you have that, can you just check on how to upload or do you know how to upload an Excel file? So if you can check on how to upload an Excel file, so we can just work together. So still the same way.
Okay.
Yes. So that you can just upload the Excel file, the sales data you have, and you first have to clean the sales data, what I did on it, by removing the spaces and also removing the hidden sheet. So then we can it's still the same thing, just different application. All right. So let's go on. So you can see how we uploaded our data into our database. All right. So let's kickstart. The way you can query data, we use the select. the select statement to query data, and we use select column names from the table. This is our table. Our table is what we just uploaded actually. So let me explain this. This will help someone again. So look at this sales sheet. This sheet here is a table in database. If I open another sheet here, if I'm to upload this again and open another sheet and put another information here, this will be another table. So if I upload this one, this will be another table. So if I have like 3 sheets and I upload them into my database, that means I'm having 3 tables actually. So you must note that people actually do a lot of mistake with that actually. So a sheet in an Excel is a table in a database actually in SQL. So how do you retrieve your data from the database? From the database is you select the column names from the table name. So let's kick start. So let's move that. So for you to select all the columns, so the star is used to select all the columns. Select columns from what's the name of our data we just uploaded into our database. This is the name, sales data. There's this $sign, but you can just rename it. I don't want the $sign. Excel just the database automatically. So we just rename, remove the $sign. Rename, you just right click, and you see rename, then you remove the $sign. Not necessary. So I'm saying I want to select everything from this audio columns from this table. The name of our table is sales data, from sales data. And you highlight it and you come here, execute. Look at, you can press F5. F5 for execute, but there's an execute option up here. Look at this one here. So just click it. This exactly gave us, I like this being so. So this gave us exactly this table. Look at this table here, the one we uploaded. This is exactly what it gave us. Look at this here. What we have here in our Excel, we created it here and it gave us everything. So select star from this sales table. So you're saying select everything from this table. So star means audio columns. So I want to what's that? But Toby, are you the one? You might have to mute yourself.
Oh, sorry.
Noise in the background. So thank you. So select star means you're selecting every column in the table. So I hope you got that. So let's move on. So now you might not want to select all your columns. You might want to pick the columns you want to see. So you're saying select. Look at the column. I want to. Oh, okay. I can see the place we corrected. I can see spaces here, which is oh, okay. So let's rename this table. Let's rename this table to C crossover 2. So what happened is that I already have a data that is, I already have a table that is sales data. So I need to rename the one I just uploaded here. So let's put 2. All right. So let's execute. Let me refresh it. If not, we can just continue refresh. Sales table. Sales data 2. Okay, let's see. All right, let's just go on with this sales table. So, all right, so we got what we have actually. So again, let's say you want to, you don't want to bring out all the columns. You want to pick the columns you want to see. Let's say select. You name the column you want. Segment state. You want to see the state also. The state. You want to see the sales. So these are columns in the table. You want to see the profits. From the sales data table. Also note that Excel is not case sensitive. If I'm to write sales data, if I'm to put it in capital letter, it would not remove anything. So, all right, look at what happened. So it didn't bring out, the first one brought out all our columns. The second one, we decided to choose the columns we want to see. So it brought out the segment column, it brought out the state column, it brought out the sales column, it brought out the profit column from this sales table. So you can see how to query out data. So you're now querying in the database actually. So but Bamdele, where are you? Have you been able to upload, to see how you can upload?
Not yet. I'm just don't worry, I'll just thinking.
Okay. So when you're able, you can just watch the video. That would help actually. So SQL is very simple. So you can just find few times something you can do, and I'll be very straightforward in this video, not beating around the bush. So let's continue. So again,
Thank you.
yeah, right. So this is how to query. So this ones we chose the column we want to see from this table we upload from this table. So we can also select this thing. Select this thing means that okay, from this segment, look at this segment column. We have a lot of customer, corporate, a lot of repetition. So if you are to select this thing, let's say segment, and you see what will happen actually. Segment from segment, enter from sales. You can see we are still getting our data from the same table from sales. What it does is that it removes the whole repetition. It just brings the distinct data in the column. So I hope you understood what this thing does. The distinct is just that it brings out the unique data in the column actually. So yeah, that. So for better understanding for those who will be watching the video, let me just select segments so you can see the difference between segment from, so you can see from sales data. So this is without cuts, without customer, corporate, customer. This is without the distinct. I think it's kind of easily clear. So with the distinct now, I'm not separating it. With the distinct, it just brought out the unique value there. Okay, I hope you understood that. Okay, let's move on. You might need that distinct much later. So let's move on. Move down. Let's move down. Okay, let me reduce these. I want to reduce these outputs so we can. So sorting data. So same way we can sort data, and I'm going to be switching between Excel and SQL so you can get a good understanding of what I'm doing. So how do we sort data in Excel? In Excel, normally, if you want to sort data, you might just come down here. Okay, let's say we want to sort with the highest profit we have. So you right click, you say, or you just go to data. So okay, let me just, I don't want to spend 2 minutes. So let's just right click. We right click, where's the sorting? Oh, no. I don't spend too much time there. Sorry, this my Zoom button is kind of blocking, not seeing. Okay, yeah. So go to data, you sort. No, continue with the sector. So you want to sort by alphabetical order. So the first you want to sort by alphabetical order. Sort. So sort by alphabetical order A to Z. So it brings out the first. It brings out the A. You understand the sorting. So let's say you want to sort by the highest number here. Sort by the largest to smallest. So you bring out the largest number here. So the same thing we can also do in SQL also. So we want to sort. We want to sort. So how do we sort? Actually, so let's say we are selecting, select category, we're still working our category profit. We're selecting, so we're selecting our individual column. Select category profit from sales data. So how do you sort? You sort using order by. So what do you want to order it by? We want to order it by profit. So we are saying we want to order it by profit. DEC means that from the largest to the smallest. If I'm to just do it like this, if I'm putting DEC, automatically from the lowest to the highest. So this is showing you the category and the profit column, and it's showing that this is the least amount of profit we made, minus $356. That's the least we made. So let's now, the default mode for order by is ascending. So if I'm saying, okay, we want to see where we made the highest profit, we have the DEC. DESC is saying that from the largest to the smallest. So I click it and execute. So it's saying that the highest profit we made is $195. I hope you understood that. Actually.
Yes.
So okay, good one. So let me do that. Let me remove this one. So yeah, this. All right. So this is saying from ascending. Okay. So for you can comment in your SQL Server platform. For you to comment, you just put a double colon and saying this one is ascending. So I'm noting this for people who are going to ascending. So ascending means from the lowest to the highest. So when we run this thing, it gives us from the lowest to the highest. So let's do for descending. So descending, because it's a comment, I put a column, double column, it turns into green. That means it's a column. When I want to, I can just copy and paste it.
So for ascending, it will not have a.
Yeah, the default. You don't need to put anything there. Automatically, the default sign is just the default brings it from. When you immediately put an order by, the order by profits. You can order by category also. Okay, let's change this to category so that you can really understand. When you order by category, is going to order by alphabetical order. So you will have the first. So look at category. That means furniture is the first letter. F is the first letter. Then when you move down, you go on to office. O is the next letter. Yeah.
Can you order by distinct categories, for instance?
There's no need for you to order by distinct category, because when you're sorting, you're just sorting by numbers or something like that. So if you want anything distinct, you might just add to your select button. That's where you have your distinct. You don't put distinct in your order by when you're sorting. So probably you just a distinct. Let's do it. Distinct. That's spell it well. This spelling sometimes, yes. Okay, this. Okay, there's a C here, right? Distinct category. Let's see. On the by. So I hope you don't get an error. Okay. Okay, so we can't distinct category. Let's remove this profit out. I would explain what is happening there. All right. So order by category. So it's beginning out the F, the O, and T. So that's how you can actually put your distinct actually. So you understand that? Okay. So let's move on. I think as we go on, you get a better understanding of it as we go on. So we order by profit, because when you order by, if your column is a alphabet, if the data in your column is alphabet, it orders by alphabetical order. If it's in numbers, it orders by the largest to the smallest. That's it. So for profit is number. So let's copy and paste this, and we do it descending. Because of descending DEC. Like I said, you can do it in capital letter or small. It's execute. Okay. So it brought out the highest sales we made, which is in technology. So you get the difference actually.
Okay.
Okay, so good one. So you've got the sorting. So we still do some sorting as we go on, but that's just the basic understanding of sorting actually. So again, let's do other examples so that we're still going to, as we go on, we're still going to be using sorting. So look at this, and so let's bring out the O column from this table, the O column. So if you want to bring out the column, use star. So this brings out the O column from this table. So it's still saying that this person, Nathan, gave us and I ordered it by profits. So Nathan gave us the highest sales, actually. Gave us the highest profits. And give us the highest profit. And Nathan is from New York. He walked into the store. Organic means he walked into the store. And the category is technology. What he bought is machine. This is a product name. So you can also order it by the sales, the highest sales. Let's see the highest sales. You can order it by sales, by this column, by sales. So note the syntax. I want you to know the syntax for the by. So it's like order by a colon, and either you want it to be ascending or descending. So by the default sign, you can put ASC, ascending, but you don't need it because that's the default actually. So order by a colon, then you can decide if it's ascending or descending. Let's say by sales, we want to order by sales. Look at the change. So you're saying that, okay, you put in ascending. Let's put, so the least sales we had was 1.248. That's the least sales we had. Let's put descending. So order by is very important because it confuses a lot of people. That's a kind of also. So the highest sales we had was 8,159. I hope you understand that by Becky. So that's that. Let's move on. Let's move on very fast.
Yeah.
Spending more time. So now we go on to freaking data. Okay, let's go to Excel again and understand what freaking data is. So like I mentioned earlier, the other time, so when we were working on this data the last time, we said that Control Shift L. So okay, let me not use shortcuts. So for you to filter your data, you go to your data, this filter, it brings out this column at the top of the header. So you can say, okay, I want to select only Adam. I want you just to see. Okay, let's use them now. I want to see only the technology. I want to see only the technology data. So this brings out only the technology data. So I filtered out this sheet here, just the technology data is bringing out. So the same thing also, that's what filtering also is also in Excel, where you're just filtering out what you want to see, and specifically what you want to see. So again, let's go on so that we don't keep writing. Let's just copy and paste, select. So let's filter. So like what we did in the Excel we just did now. So let's now where, note this one. So when we want to filter, we use where the column you want to use, where category, the column category is equals to your column, note your column. So when you want to write a string, a text in SQL, you put it in a column actually, where is equals to technology. So same thing we did in Excel now, doing it now. Let's remove this order by. So let's just to remove, turn it into a comment, we remove it out. Look at exactly what we did. Okay, let's see all our data actually. Start. Execute. So look at the whole place here is the whole category is technology. Same thing we did here. So this technology. So you can see how the similarity now. So like I'm using Excel and data so like can better understand it. So again, we can select what do we want to select? Everything. Let's select everything from the same data, from sales data, where I think where is where you used to filter. What again can we filter? Okay, what can we use again? Where states? Let's use states. So know the syntax. Where the column name, so that's for the column name, the name of the column, like, or the header, the name of the column, and name of the column is known by the header, name of the column. So this is just column and whatever filter you want to do. So what's the name of the column of state is state, where state is equals to, what state do we want to see for? We want to see for California. Let's see for California. So let's see what happened. Where state is equals to California. You can see. So we are not seeing the old data you are seeing now is just for the state of California. So we have filtered out all of that data. We just have only for the state of California. So that's the same thing, the same as you can filter with as much as you can fit for every column. You can say, okay, I want to see for segments, just for corporate only. Corporate, let's change it here. Corporate segments. So segment. Note what I'm using. I'm using the name of the column segment. I want to see for corporate. Also watch your spelling, because if your spelling is not right, so you can say for segments, for the segment column, all I'm saying is for corporates actually. So you can see that's filtering your data. These are things you need in SQL, and these are things sometimes you go to SQL school and you spend 4 months or 3 months learning some of those things actually. So you can filter as much as, same way you in your Excel, you can filter as much as you want to filter with location, filter with category, filter with product name, filter with anything. So same thing in Excel, or same thing in SQL. So you can filter where the column name as much as you can use to filter actually. So I hope you're getting it. So let's now add sorting and filter. The order by we did. Okay, we are saying that, okay, so we want to add order by profit, descending. So note one of the things that causes people issue is that where comes before order by. Where select from where will always come before order by. Don't make sure that you don't put your where after order by. That's you filter first before you sort. Note that you filter first before you sort. So let's do this. So this is what's the data showing? It's showing us all our data of customer in corporate who give us the highest profit. So for Justin under the corporate segment give us the highest profit actually, based on the fact that we sort by profit descending. So that's the highest we have in there. You can see how you can use you can query a lot with SQL. Very simple querying a lot in there. So this what we just got, this data we just got now is just showing us that we're getting all our data, name of our customers from the corporate segment that give us the highest profit. That can just be what you just need to get for an organization, and you're getting that already just using about just 4 lines of query. I hope you're understanding. I need feedback from that if you're understanding. Actually, we've done sorting, and the same sorting in Excel, just opposing the two. We've also done filtering. So we sort using order by, we filter use by using where to where. So are you getting it? Let me know so that we can move on very fast. I need the feedback.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right, good one. So when we are filtering, the beautiful thing about SQL Server is that we can filter We use the where to filter. We can filter as much as we can, as much as we want to. So there are different operators we can use to filter. What we use there, segment is equals to, we use is equals to filter is equals to this. We can filter by not equals to, let's copy this. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. I'm actually enjoying this class also. So it's kind of interesting. But when you get to the advanced class, can have a lot of ethics. So we say now the last one we say is equals to. So another operator we can use, the operator if you're using is equals to. Another operator we can use is not equals to. This hyphen before hyphen and is equals to, it means not equals to. Saying that let's add hyphen to it. So this means that where segment is not equals to corporate, that means that give me all the old data apart from corporate. Let's run it, execute. So look at the segment of it. And so it gave us home office, it gave us consumer, it gave us consumer, but you will never see corporate there. You can see. So this is giving us apart from corporate, as much as you can say, okay, don't give me segments. Okay, like let's change. Let me not change. Let's go on so that we can keep building on it. Is equals to where state. Let's say where state is not equals to California. So that's saying that give me the whole state, but don't give me California. Where state is not equals to California, or yes, California. 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 Okay. Right. So say that. So state, you will never say California in this state. So you're saying, give me all the old data you have, but don't give me for California. And order the profit by the highest to the lowest. So this is what exactly this line is giving us. So you can see, so this is not equals to, you can say, okay, greater than, equals to, greater than, less than. Okay, we can say, okay, let's copy this. Let's copy this. Let's put in distinct. I want to remove, so I don't want to get all the old data again. Distinct. Okay, let's not put distinct. Let's just put category. I want to say the category colon. Give me the category colon, and also give me the sales. Give me the sales colon also. I want the quantity colon also. Quantity colon also. I also want the profit colon. Profit colon also. So let's do this. So this is everything. So note that I just highlighted the select form. I didn't like this filtering and sorting actually. So I'm gonna do something. Okay. So let's use the greater than. So using this category where profit is greater than 500. You can see I'm still doing filtering where profit is greater than 500. So let's move this. We don't want to sort it. We just want to get where profit is greater than 500. Because so it brought out the whole category, the whole sales, the whole quantity where this profit is greater than. So if you look at this profit now, everything is greater than 500. So you can say where profit is less than 500, brings it out. Where profit is less than 500, it brings it out. So this one's profit is less than 500. Where profit is less than or equals to 500. So you can filter as much as you can filter. That's the beauty of just 3 lines. Yeah, you're already analyzing data. That's the beauty of SQL, actually. So you can filter as much as you want to filter between. Okay, let's use between. Let's do between. So we're saying select the category column, the sales column, quantity column, profit column from the sales data where profit is between. Not the between. The between is also an operator between 500 and 200. So okay. So this shows you that in our data we don't have any data that is between 500 and 200, but let's bring it. Let's just between 500 and 1,000. Let's see. Between 500 and 1,000. I think we should have that. Okay, you can see. So this is showing you the category, the sales and the quantity of profits that is between 500 and 1,000. So this is exactly this is. I hope you just. I think this kind of straightforward enough, actually. I mean, hope I didn't miss anything. Following you. Okay, thank you. So I just wanted to get the feedback. So these are operators you can use. Operators you can use. Is equals to, not equals to, greater than equals to, between. It's not means that where it's not means that where the no. Okay, this is, I copy this here. Okay. Yeah, we're still here, still in this place between. So it's not means that where there's a blank space. Probably you want to check where there's a blank space. You can say where profits is not means that it's a blank space. So this brings out this colon is in. So it's saying that we don't have any. These are showing that we don't have any data where profit is null actually. So let's see if we can. I think we clean the data. This data, we are using this data because we cleaned it. We really can't see any null spaces there. So let's move on. Let's move on. Our time is.
Sorry, just a minute. So that means SQL can be used to clean the data.
Yes, we can use it to clean the data. So we can actually use it to clean the data. So you just say that is now you can say probably an example is that category. Probably you can see that, okay, probably you have a lot of spaces, a lot of empty column in category. You can say what category is, what category is not null. It means that I'm going to omit everywhere that category is not null. That means that I'm going to give you data of where category is not null. That means I'm going to remove the empty space. You can see that's how you clean out the empty space. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Yeah, good one. So you can another aspect of data cleaning, you can use SQL as another aspect of data cleaning. But these are some of the little things. You can do another class on that, but these are little things you can just put in place when you're working. So it's not means that, okay, I don't want you to bring out where category is not actually. So let's move on. So there's also advanced, we can also do an advanced data fitting, and this is kind of a very interesting part actually. So okay, so we're still fitting data, and I can assure you that most of the work you'll be doing in data is you must be able to understand advanced data fitting. Actually, it just makes life easy for you. The more you go complex into subqueries, you go into complex part of SQL. Your understanding of this how to filter using the and or using the is equals to not equals to, greater than or not greater than, the and or in, not, and white color like. So I'm going to explain this thing now. So let's move on. Let's just move on. It's going to help you a lot because the complex is built on the basics actually. So let's use the and. Let's use the and. So select. Let's select everything we have. Select everything, like start from to the same table. Sales data. What's we name that? Some sales data. Select everything. Where segments. Where segments. Okay, let me show our data so that we can follow us. Look at this is segments column. Where segments is equals to customer. I told you have to put your customer. And I'm using the and profit is profit. Okay, let's use sales and okay, let's use profits. Let's use profit. Profit is greater than 200. So okay, so okay. I want us to break it down so that it sounds like okay. I want to get the states. I want to get the state that the state that the state. I want to get a state that their customers in our segment, their customers in our segment, and they give us profit over $200. Okay, so it's saying that in Kentucky, this does not really. I'm trying to solve a problem. I don't just want to write query. I want the query to solve a problem actually, so that it's more practical than just writing queries. So let me just do this. So this is showing you customers under the segment, under the customer segment that give us profit more than 200. You can see how we are already analyzing data actually. So this is giving us the name of the customer, the sales rep that sold to them. So this one is showing that majority of the customers that give us more than majority of the customers under the segment column that give us more than 200 profit, they are organic. That means that they worked in actually. They didn't. Nobody. It was not a sales rep that came to make them. That should show you. That should give you an idea of that. That could have solved the problem. And probably you are looking at okay, where do we get most of our sales? Is it with sales rep or with organic marketing? That can solve a problem. So you can see how we are already solving a problem by just 2 or 3 lines of query. So this is showing us the customers under the segment and the profit is that give us more than 200 profit actually. So you can see that's the hand. That's the hand freaking. Let me put this in so that we can know that we are working with the hand. And so let's move to or. The same thing we did with when I was doing an overview of and if and. Or sorry, and or. Let's copy this. Let's copy this and paste. Let's do or. Okay. So let's change this to or. So or is saying that, and is saying that this must be true. The customer must be under the it must be under the customer segment, and it must be greater than 200. But it's saying that either of the two can work. So you see the difference now. You can see the difference. It's saying that so as much as customer, so you're saying look at this customer bought 41. So I hope you understand the difference between and or. It's kind of easily explainable. I don't want to spend my time thinking on how to explain that again. So the hand is saying that these two this criteria must meet before to give you data. This one say either of the criteria. If it's the segment, yes, bring it out. If it's profits greater than 200, bring it out. So that's the difference. So let's move on. Actually. So I hope you understand that. I hope you're following also. So another form of filtering, advanced filtering is in. This is like the game changer. Many people have spent years in Excel and they didn't even know how to use the in. And you'll be surprised. In is like the great. It's like instead of using and or, you can just use the in. Okay, let's say select. You're selecting. Select the old data. Hope you're enjoying the class. You're following anything. You can cut me short anytime and ask questions if you don't understand. I would surely go back and explain. From sales data. Where states? Let's use states. Where states? In. So I can pack in as much as. Let me show you our data. All our data. Look at this. This is all our data here. So it's saying that I want to filter out states instead of me saying where state is equals to where state is equals to Florida, and where and state is equals to Utah and state is, so instead of being adding and the in is just a solution. You just put in, you open a bracket, you open a bracket, and you put as much as you want to put there in California, in California, we close California, comma, Utah, comma, what again, Florida, included. So this is saying that give me all the old data, filter out only states, filter in only states from California, Utah, and Florida. Let's run this data. Execute. So look at, so we really have the information we have here is just states from California, Florida, Utah. You can see. So instead of using and you can just put in. We can use in to bring as much as filter you want to bring in actually. So I hope we got that. I hope you got it. So in is a game changer. You can say, you can change. Let's do another in. So you can say, okay, so I want you to bring for sales rep. The sales rep. Okay, that's where that's where I have issues. So let's see. Okay, why I can't use sales rep? Like, let me explain. Is that, look at, I told you Excel don't like spaces. So the top of your this space here is an issue. I tried editing it. I don't know why it didn't show when we uploaded the data. It's an issue for me when I'm trying to bring it in actually. So the Excel don't like spaces. Instead of this space is an underscore is the best one to an underscore. So anytime you are kind of uploading your Microsoft Excel into your database, note that you must clean out your headings, what names your column. You must clean it out of, you must not see any space in between. So your data within your column can have spaces because most of the data you put it you put them in a column, in a, how's it called, in a column actually, yes. So but that's that. I just want to change. We're staying in where what can we use again? Where category, this is category in, what category in furniture. So this will just furniture. What category in furniture? Technology. So let's just leave this. Note that we are using the data inside the column. So let's see. This will bring out the old data, and it will just filter out just so to bring out data for furniture and technology only. So you got it. Okay, there's a problem. Category is not spelled well. Okay, category. I hope it's spelled well. All right. So look at our category just for furniture. So you can't see anything apart from furniture and technology. So it's the same thing. Like same thing. You come to your data. Let's clear this filter away. So what you are doing now is just like saying that, okay, I'm selecting. I just want for I'm selecting for furniture and technology only. That's exactly what we did. You can see. So,
Okay.
all right, good one. All right, so good one. So let's move on. In that we are done with in. Again, let's check in. You can filter as much as you can use. So one of the game changer also in Excel, in SQL, is you can use we call them white cards. White cards. Let's use white card. White cards. Okay, don't call them white cards. White cards. So so let's say an example is that I want to give an example. I want to bring out, let's say allow data. I'm coming. Give me a minute. Okay. Give me a minute. I want to make sure that. I'm not getting.
Hello.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you. I'm still with you.
Okay.
I want
Okay.
to.
I think I saw sales data too.
Yes. I'm trying to. Okay. From. All right. So let's open. All right. So the issue is that what was causing an issue is that when I was trying to just do a practice for the class, I already uploaded sales data. Look at the sales data. So that's so it's kind of getting it mixed up with this one I just uploaded actually. And this first one I uploaded, I didn't clean out the spaces that the one I mentioned. So but this one I cleaned it out. So I'm trying to get so that I can get my example very well. So but if you're the one, you will not have that problem because of you are not okay. Yeah, this is exactly what I want. Maybe you okay. So let's just use from this. So look at that. What I said that SQL don't like spaces. And that's why I clean this one out. I'm using underscore now. So white count. So I want to get for my customer name, I want to get everyone that their name starts from their name starts from X. I want to get everyone from this is my customer name. I want to get everyone that their name starts from S. Like I want to filter out and get the one that their name starts from S. Like it's kind of like, how do I get it? Do I just look into my data one by one? And that's where white card comes in. So select star. I hope you understood. So for you might not have to go to get this. Just make sure you clean your data out by the headings. Don't let there be space in any of the headings. If you have two words, put in under column. Put in another column to represent the space. So I'll have to be copying this out. Select everything from this. Where customer name, where customer name, like look at what I will use for this white card, like a colon, a percent s, a percent on colon back. I will explain what I did. So okay, no. Yes.
Sorry, I can't see what you're saying.
Okay, let me do this now. Can you see what I'm doing? Can you see what I'm doing?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So I just want to run it first and see. Okay. So like I said, I want to get the customer that starts with the name S. So that's where white cards comes in. It's saying that select everything. This we didn't use a column, we just everything from this table where customer like. This the white card is this percent here. It's saying that I want the first name to be S, I want the first letter to be and everything after. Bring out every data from the customer name that has S as the beginning and everything after. So if I put a percent in front, it's saying that any customer that has S in between their name, before and after. If I remove this one, look at what happens. Let's go in together. Look at what happens. So he's saying that let's go on this. So look at this customer name. So S, this Bostina, there's an X in between. This Sandra, there's an X in front. There's X in between. So the white card is saying that what is saying that if I remove the percent at the before my S, it's saying that bring out the data. Okay, I want us to streamline it so that we are not customer name. So that we are not to customer name.
Hello?
Customer name.
Hello?
Yeah, are you with me? Segment.
Yeah, I'm with you. I wanted to ask, when I will like with when I want to do something else. I just need to know.
Okay. Okay, let me just do this and so let me just do that and work. Yeah.
But
Category.
actually,
Okay.
I'm just
Okay. So let me answer your question. Cool. I'm with you. Just what?
yeah,
So what question do you want to ask?
yeah, no, I said I'm getting, getting what you.
Oh, okay. So now we now streamline it. You are saying we want to select the name, customer name, the state, and the subcategory. And let's just use the states. Like we want to get the information of we want to get the information of the customer, then their name and the state. But the customer name we want to get is a customer that their name starts with X. So the customer I want to get, their name starts with X. So how do we get that? We use white cards. There are different forms of white card. So the one we are using is percent. So we are saying that okay, for us to get the customer, we want to filter out the customer that starts with X. We are saying where customer like. If you want to use a white card, use a like. Like you put a comma, S, and the white card. The white card is saying that every customer that has anything that filtered by the customer name that has an S at first and everything that come after this X. The white card, this percentile is saying that anything that come after the S. So if you have to bring the percentile in front, it's saying that anywhere you have S in between, anyway you have X before or after, but if it's just at the back, it's saying that okay, anywhere S starts and everything after X. So what we want to get is the customer name that starts with X. So we just put it at the back. So that just gives us the name of the customer that starts from the back. And that's why we get this. You can use it as anything. Probably you want to get emails. You just want to get an email or something like that. You can just put this one at the front and say dot Gmail. Probably you want to get all the old Gmail out from your probably people are using Gmail, Hotmail, and a lot. So you want to get Gmail out. You don't even need to put dot. So you're seeing that anything that comes before is fine. So, but bring out all the old data that has Gmail. Do you understand? So that you can, as much as you can think through, but the white card is like the game changer in flipping. You can filter out anything. You can, okay, probably you want to get the numbers of people, probably is a number. You want to get the number of people that start with 080. So you can say, is it before? Okay, 080.
No, it should be
since it's
before, yeah.
it can be 0. So anyway, you just want to think to like, as much as you want to filter using wildcard is a game changer actually. So you can filter any column. You can say, okay, the column I want to use state. I want state that starts with F, state that starts with F, or state that has any F in between. State like that starts with F, any state that starts with F, you see Florida, you can see Florida, any state that has F in between, anywhere there's F in the letter, I want you to bring it out. So you can see California came out, you can see, so white cows are filtering actually. So let's move on. 8:05 already, wow. Oh, the class is not boring, you're enjoying it, and because I'm actually, so let's move on. Let's just do, I think we might not be able to just join today. We'll be using another platform for join, and I want everyone to be able to join. But those are what I'm teaching is about the basics, and join is also very important actually. And we might just have to do a join 30-minute next class actually, so that we don't have too much of long videos. So again, let's come with, we can do as much as sum, average. You can also calculate in SQL. So average, you're saying on return a column average value. So we're saying, okay, let's use an average, select, and the average, select average what? Average sales as you can. So okay, I'll explain that later so that you can understand. Average underscore sales from okay, let's copy this because we want to use this table. You don't have to do this because if you uploaded your file very well, you just have a database form. So they just give us our average sales. Note what happened. So let me bring out our table. I like bringing out our table so that we can understand. Select all star from this table. So this is our table we've been using. So when we say we want the average of this sales column, that's why I say select average of sales column. What it does is it gives us an aggregate. So this is a new column. It gives us it takes the whole average of the sales column and gives us an aggregate. So that's why we named average sales as average. So this as you see here is I'm the one who named it. If I remove this away, if I remove this away, you will see it will name it and a default naming, no name for the column. So that's why we did as. So you can just name. That's if you are doing any form of aggregate, it creates a new column for you. So it's not within the column you uploaded. You upload into your database. So if you are doing count, sum, it creates a new column, and sometimes you need to give the column names actually. So you can do the sum of sales, so give the sum of the whole sales we got. You can do counts. You can count the number of transactions. You can do the marks. You can do marks. Okay, let me not remove it. Let me just copy and paste and come like that. You can do marks. Contribute marks of sales, like the maximum sales we have, the highest sales we have. You can do marks. So the highest sales, the marks. No, let's not change this to marks. Max sales. Let's change to sum total sales. System total sales max. So you're saying that we add. So you can do copy. You can do minimum. The minimum sales we have. Minimum sales we add. Minimum. So you can as much as do that. You can see that. I want you to note that our aggregate function is in our. We put it in our select statement. So you must note that select is
Yeah.
our aggregate function is in a select function, in a select
Okay, quick
something. So
question before you.
okay, yeah,
Hello?
yeah, me you.
So can we select all the three and execute them at once?
Yes, you can say select let's copy this. Okay, sure. Use total sales. Sure, we can. Yes. And we highlight everything and we execute. Yes. So this is the minimum sales, the max sales, the total sales. Yeah, we can execute them and the rest. So,
Okay.
but one thing that happens is aggregate is that because this is an aggregate, this aggregates the whole column. You can't select a column. Okay, let's say this total sales, and I'm saying, okay, I want to select my category column. Category column. It will bring out an error. So why is this bringing out an error? It's not possible because is that this is an aggregate. And this is a column, this is a column, this is an aggregate, it won't work out. And that's where we have our group by. These are some of the game changer in group by. Let's move this out group by. So what group by does, so you see what group by does actually. So let's use this example we have here. So we're saying for every aggregate, so and this is where so once we aggregate, we're looking at okay, for each category, we want to know the total sales for each category. So for each category, so we select our category column and we sum up our sales. So we want to go for each category, how much sales did you want to make? Okay, sum sales as total sales, like I said, you have to name it as total, let's call sales. Said again, Excel don't like spaces. Anytime you need to place the sales with underscore. So we proof error, it brings out error. Why? Because of this is an aggregate and this is a column. It has is like honestly, I think my whiteboard is honestly use so I was going to use this whiteboard to explain join. So I'm trying to see if I can use my whiteboard to explain that. But I think you got there's no time for that. I think you got that. So for us to now make sure the aggregate work, that's why we use goodbye. We now say from goodbye. See. Sometimes just typing goodbye. Goodbye. Want to goodbye category. Let's see what happened. Look what happened. So he's saying that for this, if there was no this goodbye there, it will give us error. We are not saying for this category, we want to group this sum with this aggregate we did here. We want to group it by the category we have here. So we are saying for furniture, we have the total sales for furniture is 38,781. The total sales we have for office supplies is 29,849. The total sales we have for technology is 50,600 and 52. So let's now say we want to sort it, order by. Okay, yeah, no, that's another. The next step you are going to check actually. So another example. Let's say we want to I'm still explaining goodbye. Let's say we want to select what sub states. You want to see how many states. What is this sales per state? States equals to some sales as total sales from. Let me just copy this. So that would save our time. Copy. So now we'll goodbye because this is state column we've chosen. We go by state. Goodbye state. So this one gives us the all sales per state. So Alabama, we got 229. Arizona, we got 300 something. So one thing you must know is that you can't do any aggregate without goodbye. And for every aggregate you do, you must group it by. For okay, let's say that let me add another column here. Select. I'm adding what can I category? Let's say category. So this is another column category. Category. Let's run this. There'll be an error. So for each column you put before or after an aggregate, you must group it by. So you must add category here also.
Okay.
So this goes
Is there
by a comma,
after
yeah. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. That's why there's an error. All right. So for Arizona, so it groups by the first. Arizona, for furniture, we had 20. The total sales we have for furniture is 23. For California, for furniture, we had 7,000 something. For Colorado, for furniture, we had something. So it goes on like that. You see again, after furniture ends. For Alabama, again, you can see for Alabama, for office, we had something. For Arizona, we had, so when office ends, for office, for Arizona, we had technology, we had this total sales. You can see. So one thing you must notice is that anytime you write an aggregate function in the select column, you must go by the selected category, by selected column. So as much column you put here, you must also group it by this column. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. As you go on, you get to. Yeah. Okay. So also note that we talked about when we are filtering. So we can filter where state is equals to Florida. You can see that how we are bringing in everything with length, Florida. Where state is equals to Florida. Okay. Where comes before goodbye. That where comes that's right there. So look at this. So he's saying that for Florida, furniture will make this amount. For Florida, office will make this amount. For Florida, we made this amount. So we sort it now. So, but if you want to, so the where statement sort for column. So let's assume that you want to, let's remove this Florida away. Let's move this one away. Looking at this now, let's move this state away too. I want to make it simple so it's easy to understand. It's simple. Okay. So we want to sort this thing by, we want to sort this total sales by from the highest to the lowest. We want to know which one gave us the highest sales. We are assuming that probably is much than this. Let's see. I think subcategory is much than this. Subcategory. Subcategory. Make sure you change it here. So subcategory. I want it to be much than. Okay, look at that. Looking at this now. So this is total sales per subcategory. Appliance gave us this. So we want to know, okay, we want to know which one gave us the highest sales in all these subcategories. Which one gave us the highest? How do we filter that one out? We can't use where to filter that out because where only filters out column. It doesn't filter out aggregates. And from what we want to do now, we want to filter out from the ISA, the aggregate we just made. This total sales was what we just did. We did it ourselves. It was not part of our table. It was an aggregate we just calculated. So we want to use this aggregate now to filter. Where we cannot do that because where just filter the column we have in your table before. You can't filter out aggregates. So for you to filter out aggregates, you use Avin. That's why you use Avin. Avin is used to filter out aggregate. Don't forget Avin total sales, or having, let's see if it works with total sales. Or we can just having total sales this descending. Okay. Where no, sorry, that was a mistake actually. No. So the thing is, for us to actually filter that one out, that's basically, we don't need Avin. Avin is, for us to do, we just use order by. I'm confusing sorting and fitting. So order by total sales. Total sales. Let's see if it works. Yes, it works. So DC. So this saying that. Okay. So this is saying that for our subcategory, machine gave us the highest sales. That's 20,920. So how we are building on what we've learned. So we are saying that we created an aggregate of the total sales. So we want to see, this one is, we want to see the total sales per subcategory. So we put in a subcategory column. We add in the total sales. So we group by this subcategory, and we want to see so we order by the total sales, which is what we've created. So let's assume you want to filter the aggregate you made. That we want to just filter out that we want the sales that is more than 10,000. You can't use where, because where only works for column. It doesn't work for aggregate. For you to filter for aggregate, you have to use having total sales, because it's an aggregate. Total sales greater than 10,000. Greater than 10,000. Okay. So I think having should come before order by. Let's see. Okay, total sales. Okay. All right. So let's do some. Okay, yes. So I'll tell you what happened there. So now, what happened there was that because we just calculated this total sales, and we named it total, we just calculated this column, we named it total sales. The SQL does not see this as a column yet. It does not see it as a column in your table. So when you want to probably filter it out, we just use the calculation. We don't use this table. We don't use the name of the table we gave it. That's how we just say, okay. Yes, we don't use the name. We just use the calculation we do. So we're not saying that. So let me now explain this. Now we're saying we selected the category with some of our sales. What we want to get the sales per category, our total sales per category. We selected the subcategory, so we grouped by the subcategory we selected. So that gave us the whole subcategory and the total sales. So we're not saying that we want to see the total sales that is greater than 10,000. So that's why we now use Avin. Normally, what we use to filter is where, but where cannot filter aggregate. Where can only filter column. So when we want to filter out aggregate, we use Avin. So Avin now say, okay, I'll say having some of sales greater than 10,000. So that's when we have. So we have this. So these are the subcategory that give us sales more than 10,000. So that's okay. We now want to order it by. So we want to order by we want to order by we want to order by the highest sales to the list. So for this one, you might just say you can order by it's not by force you put the name of the column there. You can just see, okay, normally this is the first column, the second column, you can just see two. So this is the second column, which is the total sales. So we are just saying order by it. So this order it. So we're now saying machine gave us the highest total sales, which was 20,960. Chair after then phones, after then accessories, after then tables. So you can see that. So I think at this point, I would like to stop. I don't know how many hours we spent so that we don't overshoot our time. But if there's any question you can ask. But one thing is, next class we would by next class I expect that Babambe you have kind of sort out the whole Postgres and uploaded the file, and we can do a run through of these things. For those who are not in class, what we've just done, we do a run through of it in just probably 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Then we do, for 15 minutes, we do join, which is key part of SQL, how to join two tables. And most times you don't work with one table, because we are just been working with one table in this examples that we don't work with one table. So we have two tables. So how do you work with the two tables, join them together, different forms of join, and that's what some of the things we'll be doing much more in the first 30 minutes of next class. So I crave your indulgence that you come to class early. Today we started very late. That's why we are getting to this time. Let's come to class early so that we can give you our last class and get a better understanding of it. So I'm up for questions if there are any questions, and if there are none, we can put up the question for the first 30 minutes of next class. We will review this as if what's the name is the class, happiness in the class, and everyone is in the class. And I expect that Sister Tolu, please, next class you might want to be in front of your system, because sometimes as you are doing hands-on is very good. You are doing it and we are flowing. It would help the learning very fast, instead of you having to sometimes you don't even have time to go back to the recording actually. So plan to be with your system next class so that we can do hands-on. So I'm up for question if there's any.
Okay, thank you very much. The only question I want to ask is, please, when you are selecting your execution, can you
Yes.
we select a particular syntax. Can you select
Yes.
more than one syntax and execute all of them?
Syntax in what regards?
Like,
So
okay, so you have like select like okay, so from a place now you're having select from sales data, then select segment. Can you highlight the two and then the two select more than one select?
okay, like this. Second is two like this. Yes,
yes.
you can execute it. You open the two in different
Okay.
Look at this now.
Okay.
It's open. The first select is the second one. You can select as much as you can select. To open it in different. Look at it. Open it. You have to go down. Okay, this is the third one. You can see.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So probably you want to do a comparison. Yeah, you can just do that and that's that on that. Right. So please try to see how you can upload them a file,
I'll try.
and so that we can have an answer tomorrow in the
I'll
next
just
class.
watch a video on this Postgre, and I've already opened my system. I've not.
Okay.
I'll just check it up and that's all.
All right. Okay. I think that's the end of this class. Thank you so much. I think we lost. I hope you learned something.
I mean, I think I've done SQL before somewhere, but honestly, when I went to that training, nothing was retained in my head. So, but now I think I now have a better
understanding
of SQL, how it is used, and so
how it's related to Excel and
this is like because then the guy was just the guy didn't train well. Not just only me. I think almost everybody that had in that training started complaining.
okay.
Yeah, it was just supposed to be. I mean, now it's getting clearer. I mean, clearer for me.
Yeah, thank you for the feedback, and
Thank you so
the
much.
good one. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for the feedback. That helps a lot, and it's a lot of planning before the class actually. So but we
Yeah,
would get a better
I can see that.
understanding.
I can,
Yeah, so
thank
get a
you
better
so much.
understanding in the next class. So thank you so much. But Toby, please over to you. Thank you, sir. Hi, but Toby, if you are there, please, we are handing over to you.
Okay, I need to quickly join, get this thing. So can I just do?
Sir?
Hello?
Hello, can
I,
you?
yeah, I said to get to do something else quickly now. So I want to know if I can just leave now.
Okay, yeah, no problem, sir. Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you so much.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Have a great evening.
And you too, sir.